They say the ocean never gives up her dead, but that's a lie. Some of them come back, and some of them, like the crew of the Dread Mourner, never left. The sea was calm when we left port, but I should have known better. Calm seas are a liar's tongue, smooth on the surface, but hiding the rot underneath. My name's Cal Marrow, third mate aboard the Artemis Ray, a salvage vessel operating out of Tortuga Bay. We hunted shipwrecks for profit, mostly old merchant ships, sometimes war galleons if we were lucky. But this one was different. It was Captain Harlan that spotted her first, a dark silhouette in the morning fog. No sails, just towering masts that clawed the sky like skeletal fingers. We all gathered at the port rail to stare at the thing. It looked ancient, wood black as night, tattered banners flapping without wind, a figurehead carved into a snarling demon, its jaw hanging open like it wanted to scream. "She ain't on any registry," Harlan muttered, scanning it with his spyglass. "No name, no flag. Could be Spanish gold," Lars, our quartermaster, grinned, "or colonial relics. Either way, she's ours now." We boarded just past noon. The air turned thick when we crossed over. It stank of brine, blood, and something older, something wrong. My boots thudded on damp, creaking boards, and I swear I could feel the ship's heartbeat pulsing beneath me. The Artemis Ray behind us seemed to fade into the mist, like it didn't want to see what came next. I found the first body near the helm. At least I think it had once been a body. It was dried out like jerky, mouth stretched in a silent scream, sockets empty but staring just the same. A rusted cutlass was driven through its rib cage, pinning it to the wheel. We should have turned back right then, but gold makes men blind, and we were fools. Below deck, the stench got worse. We found chests, sealed tight and nailed shut. Harlan pried the first one open with his blade, expecting doubloons. Instead, we found teeth. Not gold, not trinkets, human teeth, hundreds of them. Stained black with rot, packed like gravel in a child's toy box. Some still had bits of gum and root attached. "Christ almighty," someone whispered. Another chest, this one filled with preserved eyeballs floating in a foul green brine. A third held bones, small ones, children's maybe, too clean, too perfect. That's when we heard the bell, a ship's bell from somewhere deep in the bowels of that floating coffin. It rang once, twice, then kept ringing in irregular patterns, like a heartbeat skipping, pounding, gasping. We didn't ring it. No one had. Captain Harlan drew his pistol, and we started back up fast, the sound of that bell still pounding in our heads. But the way back changed. The ladder we'd come down was gone. In its place, a tunnel of splintered planks led downward, deeper into the dark. Behind us, the cargo bay was no longer filled with chests. It was filled with corpses. Dozens of them, all wearing shredded coats and tricorn hats, some missing limbs, some with rotting jaws swinging open like fish gills, and every single one of them had eyes that moved, tracking us. "Back to the ship!" I shouted. We ran, or tried to, but the Artemis Ray was gone. Just sea, endless angry sea and that choking fog. Harlan tried firing his pistol, but the gunpowder hissed and spat water. Lars tried to throw a rope to where the ray had been, but the line dropped like lead, sinking into oily blackness. Then the laughing started. It wasn't human. It echoed from the sails, the masts, even from the boards beneath our feet, mocking, hungry. The bell clanged again, louder, deafening now, and the corpses below began to rise. I saw the first of them climb the stairs, dragging a rusted anchor behind him like it was nothing. Barnacles covered his chest. Half his face was missing, but the jaw still worked. It cracked every time he smiled. He looked at Harlan. "You owe the sea," it rasped, "and she's come to collect." It happened so fast. They descended on us like a tide. Harlan screamed as a skeletal hand tore his throat open. Blood sprayed across the rail, steaming in the cold air. Lars tried to fight, swinging his blade wildly, but one of them grabbed him from behind and shoved a rusted spike through his skull like it was butter. I ran. God forgive me. I ran like a coward. I found a hatch and dove inside, slamming it shut behind me. I heard pounding, voices whispering, nails scratching at the wood. Then silence. Inside that cabin, the walls pulsed. Black mold oozed from the ceiling. A map lay on the table, drawn in ink that looked too red to be anything but blood. Every route led to the same place. One word carved over and over again: waken, waken, waken. I don't know how long I stayed there. I could hear them sometimes outside the door, dragging things, screaming, chewing. Then came the singing. Soft at first. A low chant in some ancient tongue that I could feel more than understand. It scraped my bones, made my teeth ache. I pressed my hands to my ears, but it kept bleeding in. I bit my tongue till it bled just to stay sane. Eventually, I opened the door. The ship was sailing. No crew at the helm. No sails full of wind. Just moving, cutting through fog like it owned the night. The corpses were gone, but the deck was soaked in blood. Chunks of my crew littered the boards, arms twitching, heads still mouthing silent screams. I stepped over Harlan's body, his face torn away, and moved toward the helm. And there she stood. The bride of the sea, they call her in sailors' tales, pale as moonlight, her mouth sewn shut with rusted wire. Black wedding gown stained in rot, a crown of barnacles and sea glass. She looked at me, and I saw everything. The ship, the Dread Mourner, was a trap, a vessel for a curse older than God. A pirate crew, once mortal, now bound in death, cursed for a mutiny against something they called the sleeper beneath the deep. Their punishment, eternal servitude, gathering souls for their master, feeding it. They had no treasure. Their treasure was us. The bride stepped aside, and I saw the wheel again, the same corpse still nailed to it, grinning at me. But now, he breathed. I don't remember grabbing the wheel. I don't remember saying the words, but I felt them leave my throat. The ship obeyed, and the sea screamed. Water rose around us, black tendrils reaching high, swallowing light, sky, time. I saw other ships beneath us trapped in the current. Spanish galleons, British warships, even modern boats, all broken and bleeding, feeding the thing that slumbered below. I should have died. But the ship had other plans. It kept me. I'm not writing this from shore. I'm writing it in the captain's log of the Dread Mourner, as it sails toward another vessel on the horizon, another crew, another harvest. The wheel is part of me now, and I steer toward blood. They'll tell you the sea is endless. They're wrong. There's a place where it ends, and something waits beyond it. If you ever see a ship with black sails drifting through the mist, don't wave, don't call out. Run, or you'll be next.